Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Yes, welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Now it's time for me to have a word. It's my match review on the Kop TV. Don't forget, right up next of this fan cam series after tonight's 2-0 win, I have James Redmond and I have the return of Johnny Two Beers. If you know about Johnny Two Beers, you know. But let's get into this one. Liverpool for me, and of course, please do let me know your comments in the comments section. Please do like this video. It's a big win for Liverpool. If you are a Red, press like before we go anywhere and press subscribe if you haven't already. That would really help us out. Thank you very much. But Liverpool Liverpool are winners away at Sheffield United tonight. We've actually done the double over Sheffield United this season, which is great, to be honest. Let's get into some player ratings then. That's what we're going to do in my match preview. Adrian tonight for me gets I'm going to give him a 6, guys. I'm not going to give him anything more because, to be honest, he didn't have much to do. But the bits that we did need him to do something, actually, you know what? I'm going to give him a 6.5. It's a bit harsh. He did take 2 nice early saves from McGoldrick, kept things simple, kicked it, punched it quite well. So you can't really give him more or less than a 7. Do you know what? I gave him a 6, 6.5 and a 7. I'm going to stick with a 7. Adrian gets a 7, which is decent considering the fact that in his last 2 games for Liverpool, his last 2 starts, he's conceded 9 goals. So an unbelievable stat. Channing agrees. He says a 7. Adrian says 6.5 with a clean sheet. David says, hey, Alex. Hey to you, David. And yes, very good. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I'm going to give him an 8. He was a threat when he was overlapping down the right. It's good to see him back doing that. Delivered some good crosses, tested Ramsdale with a decent shot, and did well to create the opener. Kept it on, obviously. We all thought that VAR decision was going to go against us, but for once it didn't. So we're happy with that. Ramsdale was boss, to be fair, for them. Jamie Lane giving Trent an 8.5 tonight after another assist. And Dicko getting in touch. Big up to you, mate. Hi, Alex. Hope you're well. Keeping safe. Brilliant win. Funny seeing Manx calling Souness a Scouser, considering top scorer is a Scouser. I say this all the time. United fans call us Scouse bastards, but yet their all-time leading goal scorer is Wayne Rooney, and their biggest band of all time, Oasis, is a bit of a copy from the Beatles. But that's another show that we'll wait for. David saying Trent was good, 7.5. Let's get into the centre backs. Really impressive. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just going to edge Nat Phillips over Kabak because I thought that he was a bit more aggressive with his heading, with his closing down, with his kind of interceptions. He obviously won the first header of the game, which really does set the tone for a dominant performance, especially from a centre back. I think he was beaten once for pace in the second half, but limited those issues. Very good tonight from Nat Phillips. Hasn't had a bad game for Liverpool. I am going to touch wood because that's a commentator's curse normally, but Nat Phillips hasn't had a bad game for Liverpool, so he's completely undroppable in this situation right now for me. Kabak, lack of communication at times, but obviously you saw that with the goal disallowed. He could have been a horrendous own goal for Kabak, and I think it's actually his first game for Liverpool where he didn't get a yellow card. So that's a positive. Almost scored that own goal, of course, but it was decent in the end. Andy Robertson, I'm going to give him a 7. Wasn't really probing as much on that left-hand side as Trent did on the right-hand side. Most of his game was defensively. He was sound, so he gets a 7. Let me know in the comments what you think. Does he deserve more? Jamie going for a 7 there as well. David saying Kabak was good, but Phillips was very good. But this pairing won't do for Chelsea. Very interesting indeed. Do let us know who your centre-back pairing is for the Chelsea game. And Dico says he will tune in just to laugh at the Manx kicking off about Oasis being Beatles wannabes, Alex. Love that. 7.4, very precise from Jamie Lane. And David gives Robbo a 7 there as well. Let's move on then to the midfield. Curtis Jones, for me, man of the match. He gets an 8. Obviously, some really, really amazing close control from Curtis Jones. He does have very, very fast feet, guys. You'll definitely agree with me on that one. Broke forward with purpose on occasion and sought to really make things happen, and obviously finished the opener with real conviction in a time where VAR stopped so many celebrations. It was nice to see him actually just get the ball in the net and then ask the questions about was the goal a legit goal or not. Really interested to see how Jones progresses over the next kind of 6 games that we have, especially with Henderson being out. You guarantee now that Curtis Jones probably will play every game. Like I said in the last video, guys, our next 6 fixtures, there's 6 Champions Leagues. Chelsea, Fulham, Red Bull Leipzig, Wolves, Arsenal, and Aston Villa. Some huge, huge, huge games coming up for Liverpool. And I can see Curtis Jones playing a big role in all of those. Mo Salah, sorry, let's get on to Thiago. I thought he was good in possession, some progressive moments. Didn't really like his tackling tonight. I thought, again, he was quite lucky not to get a yellow card. He was subbed off for Naby Keita at the end, but a decent performance from Thiago. Still, I'm not going to lie, in the performances last week, I made a bit of a claim after the game, as you guys will have seen on the channel last week, where I said, is it now time to start asking questions about Thiago? Who knows? But I would still like an assist or a goal, guys. I don't know about you. Let me know if you agree. But I would love to see Thiago really start putting some numbers on the board. In terms of goal attributions, I'd love an assist or a goal. Channon gives Thiago a 7, as does David, who also gives Gini Wijnaldum a 7. Let's get into him. Then another easy kind of performance from Gini. Not too much to worry about in the middle. I give him a 7. Was unlucky to be denied by Ramsdale. Had a great strike. But again, as is always the case with Gini Wijnaldum, much of his work goes under the radar, but still a very energetic game. Up front then, Salah obviously denied by the leg, really, of Ramsdale after racing into the area and continually harassed the home defence. Had that chance with Ramsdale, but then had another chance where really, if he'd just taken that with his right foot, he should be scoring. And again, the game should have really ended up as 3 or 4-0. And maybe Salah and Firmino were both the reasons why we didn't really hammer Sheffield United tonight, and it was only 2-0. Firmino gets a 6, Salah gets a 7 from Jamie. And Davis says Davis is on a paid holiday at the minute. Isn't that true? But let's see about Firmino. He gets a 7 tonight. Should have scored maybe a hat-trick, to be honest with you, Firmino. There was that chance where he should just slam it in the roof of the net on his left foot, where it's been parried after that Wijnaldum save. There was another one where he's clean through on goal, guys, and again it's saved by Ramsdale. I'm really starting to worry about Firmino when it's one-on-one. It's all very well and good, scoring a deflected goal or even a tap-in, which he should have scored more this season. But it's these one-on-one situations. It's almost like his confidence has just gone from his body when it's just him and the keeper. Quite worrying, guys. I don't think the goal's actually been given to him tonight. Even though Klopp has said he doesn't care about the fact that it could be an own goal, he says in our heads it's a goal for Bobby. He also said on Fabinho, he's trained twice with us, and he should be close to or ready to be in the squad for Thursday. So a bit of more good news coming after this game. He also, if you do want to check it out, I've just retweeted it with the Kop TV Twitter. He also does give an update on Alisson, Fabinho, and Diogo Jota. But he has confirmed that Diogo got sick overnight, but he will be available for Thursday. So actually, Thursday's squad will be an interesting one. How will we return for that home game? Can we actually win a home game? Can we score from open play in a home game in 2021? Who knows? Find out on Thursday night. I'm going to give Mane a 7 as well. Popped up kind of all over the pitch. Was fighting, was very tenacious. Set up the second goal, so I'll give him a 7. Milner 6. Keita, I'll just give him a 4 just because it was a nice experience for him, I guess, to come on towards the end of the game and have those welcome minutes. But there was my player ratings. Next up on the channel, do stay with us right here. I've got James Redmond for you, so don't go anywhere. As Liverpool win 2-0, I'll see you on Thursday after the game at Chelsea, at Anfield.